All right, all right, all right. We are back at it once again. Consistency is key, folks. Consistency is key. It's your boy, Sir Toks, aka La Voice, and my partner
So
in crime, my man Slang Hugh. Yours truly. How you doing, brother?
yours true, Slang Hugh, here with the Frenchman,
La
Levice.
Voice.
He's trying
That's
to,
new.
yeah,
That's new. That's a new
I see
gimmick
what you're
for it.
trying to do. I see you're
I've had so
placating.
many. I've had so many like catchphrases or I feel like a wrestler for real. I
Mm,
feel like a wrestler that just doesn't know
mm.
what gimmicks to work with right now.
So you're trying to get our francophone fan base engaged.
I'm trying to get the
I
crowd
see what
in
you're
there.
trying
We're
to
getting
do. I
wait,
see
hey,
what's
we're
going
getting
on.
a lot of love. We're
Yeah,
getting
it's
a lot of
been
love.
growing. It's been going pretty good on this second season comeback type
Ooh,
thing.
man. I mean, this last bit of talk has kind of stirred up some people's comments.
Mm.
So, I mean, well, we won't be,
Oh yeah,
we'll have
we
a
kind of
comment
forgot
show.
to do that.
We'll have a
Yeah.
comment show. Like
Yeah.
we'll go back and we'll bring up
Okay.
some things and we'll rehash maybe
Yeah,
at the end of the month,
we should do that.
our
Yeah.
best comments and best triggers of conversation. We'll do that.
Mm,
I
yeah,
like that. I
that
like
would
that.
be
I like
fun.
that.
That
So
would be
that'd be
fun.
cool. That'd be cool. And maybe we'll have guests on, who knows, to talk
Ye-
about that. So
Hopefully soon. Working on it.
working on
Working
some
on it.
guests, folks.
Yeah, man.
Working on some guests. But here we are at the
Yeah,
late
man.
night. This is our late show, right? This is better than Shay Shay's after hours, whatever you want to call it. This is it. This is a Canadian type of thing right
Yeah.
here. Forget the Hennessy. We've got Monster. All right, we good. We
When
good.
we do something, it doesn't involve young white women.
Wow.
Yes, I'm the controversy merchant.
You know what? The old man had to learn. He had to learn somehow. He had to learn.
That's a
Sometimes.
topic for another day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we've
Why
touched on
old
that before,
men?
but
Yeah,
yes,
but we talking
yeah,
about old men and young women.
no.
Yeah, we should get into that. Not today, but another day.
Okay,
That's
okay,
the next topic. Write it down.
okay. It's in there.
It's
It's
inserted.
in there.
Pause if
It's in
necessary,
there.
but never
Okay,
necessary.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So as we start off the show, as always, Slang,
Mhm.
what did you do to better yourself today?
I slept. I got
Hey,
sleep and rest. I got up, like I'm working the midnight shift, so work 11 to 7. And I think I'm getting used to it, although it's
mhm,
coming to an end at the end of this month. But because it used to be like 7 o'clock comes, I'm right to bed,
yes,
knockout. But now, like 7 o'clock comes, and I'm up for like maybe another half an hour to an hour,
hmm,
just doing whatever, finishing my show or finishing some work that I'm doing.
hmm,
And then I got to bed like 8. I sleep till about 12:30. Then I'm up out to the gym, come back or do some running around errands or whatever, come back
hmm,
home
hmm.
and pretty much go not yeah, pretty much go right back to sleep because I don't tend to eat right away. Go right back to sleep. Today I got some good sleep, so I feel pretty rested. So yeah, that would be what I did to make myself better today was sleep and rest. Do not discount it, people. We're often taught work hard, play hard. But somewhere in between all that hardness is
Off
sleep,
sleep, off
yeah,
sleep.
and
Yeah,
rest and
yep.
downtime and
No,
resets and
this is true.
recovery
This is
and
true.
rees. There's a whole
Keep on
bunch of
going.
rees in there. But
Preach
yeah,
it.
man.
Mm,
Yeah, man.
mm. And
What about you?
I totally agree for that because I did the exact same thing. I was sitting here, and when you just like you got nothing to do, but I didn't have to start work till 3. So I'm like, man, like I don't want to do anything. I went and lay down. I took an hour nap. Now that was just the part. That was the first part. Like, so when you said sleep, sleep 100%. I felt good after just week, and it was just an hour. It
Nice.
wasn't like I turned on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
TV.
Sometimes
I
that's
just
all
needed
it
an hour
takes.
just to kind of just reset, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, it's time. Okay, and that's when I started the whole better myself today because it's gonna be funny because I went to the gym and I canceled my gym membership.
How comes?
Yeah, yeah, because
Spending the
of
money?
my knee injury and the money situation. Not even
Mm,
the money situation because I'm gonna give you part two of that. I did it because I couldn't. I just don't have the motivation. I usually like to work out with a partner, and
Oh.
whether it's one of the guys or a woman I'm dating, whatnot, that gets me going. I used to train a lot of
Mm,
people, right? So that kept me going. And when I'm going there by myself, I'm like, man, the vibe is not there. As much as the music and everything's there, I just wasn't feeling it. So I'm like, okay, I went there
mm.
today, and I'm paying like I think it was $60 a month
Yeah,
for
for
this
not
membership.
using it.
Yeah, so I'm
Mm,
like, and I went there and said, "Oh, you know what?" And they said, "Oh, you don't you know there's a cancellation fee?" I said, "Yeah, but I think I've had it for a year. That's why I kind of took the strategic time to just say, now, here you go." And I said, "Oh, yeah, you're good. All right. Here's your fob. I'm out." Came
mm.
home yesterday, and this was planned in motion yesterday. Yesterday, I said, "You know what? As you can see, I don't know if you can see behind me, I got my Peloton bike right now, right there.
Ah,
I
see.
reconnected it.
Nice.
Reconnected.
Nice.
Before we started, I just set up my new account.
Right.
So I got all that ready. I just finished setting up a program for myself to do the workout at home. I got the weights. I
Nice.
got the bike.
Mhm.
I got the space. I even went on Amazon
Mm.
and got myself a fan and
What
a
does that
phone
do?
holder. So that sits on the by the handlebars there. So it
Uh-huh.
blows air to
Oh,
me
okay,
to
okay,
cool me
okay.
off when I'm doing it. So
Okay.
like I said, I'm really serious about
Oh,
getting
good.
in decent shape. And
Yeah.
like I said, I just set up a program. It's the same cost of me going to the gym there. I have it here. I've got, you know, uh, $400 freaking weights here that I used to bring out to help train people. They're sitting
Mhm.
right there. Might as well use it.
Indeed.
And I know myself because when I went to the gym, a lot of the workouts that I did were hurting my knee. I can now
Mm.
modify here and do, and again, that's what this Peloton app is kind of for, is for the people who really don't go to the gym or have ailments and so forth. I do
Mhm.
that. And I've also put in some meditation, some stretching. So all that stuff, I
Nice.
have a program. It's pretty much guided for me to start doing
Nice.
things right. So I already started eating properly. No more fast food for me. I wake up and get myself a protein shake. So
Yeah.
I don't like the flavor of the protein shakes. That's why I throw banana in it. So I have some almond milk, 2 scoops of my protein shake, and a banana. I'm good to go for the day.
Nice.
So, but yeah.
I actually decided I'm not having no faster junk food for the during the week. This is my first week, so I'm like, well, my
Mm.
first week of restarting. So
Oh no. Yeah,
my first
I get
week.
it.
So I'm just saying during the week, I'm not gonna eat junk food. Weekend, I might go a little crazy, but we'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
and as long as you know your limits, you're fine, brother. You're
Mm.
fine. So just don't over. I used to indulge and overindulge sometimes.
That's the
I'm
thing. That's where it
fast food
gets you,
here.
the overindulgence.
Yeah, and I'm teaching my daughter bad habits because, mind you, again, I'm not buying groceries all week because she's not here. Most of the stuff I was buying was going bad because she was not eating it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
Mm.
buy quick things right now. So, and that would be like a McDonald's or a pizza or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, in the same time, it's still as expensive as shopping. So I'm like, you know what? I went with her. We went shopping and we got a whole bunch of stuff in. I'm like, all right, now I'll just make smaller meals that are
Meals.
not going to
Mm.
die, and
Mhm.
then we're good. And then I'll just stick with my protein shakes and my eggs or whatever, and just keep it on.
Mm.
So
Okay, so I have a question now, just because
mm,
you brought that up with your daughter and feeding her and how you your habits.
mhm,
I had a discussion with a few parents on the
mhm,
weekend,
mhm,
and they were like, we were talking about McDonald's. Like one of the parents was saying, "Oh, her daughter doesn't really eat McDonald's, hasn't had McDonald's since she was born, and she tried it, it hurt her stomach, and she's probably not going to eat it again." Then one of the other parents chimed in and said, "Well, kids don't even want McDonald's anymore. They want Starbucks." And I was like, Starbucks? That's how rich these kids are nowadays. So I was like, my kid would, if I had kids, my kid wouldn't even know what Starbucks is. And their pushback was, you could say that now, but even if you have, once you have a kid and you tell them no, it's probably more of a delay than an absolute. And I was like, well, I didn't argue it because I know where that goes. That go the good old you don't
mhm,
know because you
mhm,
don't have
mhm,
them talk.
mhm,
So I
mhm.
left it. But in my mind, I was like, aren't you the ones that control their diet? Like,
Yep.
if you don't buy it, they don't eat it. How would they get it? And my other, well, the other question I would have asked is, so when they want something that you know is not good for them, you give it to them anyway? That's what you're
Mm,
saying?
mm.
So yeah, I pose that to you. Like, how do you handle that type of stuff?
Okay. For the first part, the the parents are in denial. They've created that monster. They've created that monster. Why? Because I've created that same monster. Not because eh, well, for one, it's McDonald's is readily available everywhere.
Convenience.
Yes,
Yes.
convenient. So it's not
Yes.
because I wanted to eat McDonald's. No, no. It's just you see it, the golden arches that every child has gone through that process,
Mhm.
and they wanted a burger or nuggets or whatever. That's more of an experience when I went to get McDonald's. But
Mhm.
as I got a bit lazy, I'll definitely admit it.
Mhm.
Convenience was there. On top of that, again, it has been so convenient that skip the dishes and all that. So I don't even have to go out there. It's getting delivered right there. So I'm like,
Mm.
oh, well, then yeah, let's buy the Happy Meal for whatever dollars. And you realize a $5 Happy Meal turns into $12. I'm like, dang,
Yep.
I'm like, shoot.
Yep.
And then everything else added on, delivery and taxes and all that. I'm like,
It's
mm-mm.
$20.
Yeah. Now
Damn
again,
near.
because I was justifying the fact that I'm not buying $300 worth of groceries, I thought, okay, that's an easy fix for the weekend. Okay, so
Mhm.
I have her Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then whatever on Monday.
Mhm.
Those 2 days, I like to hang out. We have fun together. So oh, Daddy, can I have some pizza? Yeah, I don't mind some pizza. So
Yeah,
we buy
yeah.
medium
Okay.
pizza,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
I
not
get
like
it.
it's an everyday thing. No, it's just once in a while. I said, even the recent one, I said, Talon, we're not going to be eating no more junk food. So this is the last time. So what do you want? He goes, how about some KFC? I'm like, okay, no problem. So we got
Mhm.
some chicken. She got popcorn. She ate it all, and that was it. I'm like, okay, and that's it. So, number one, yeah, they created the beast on their own. Number two, children are always watching. So,
Mm.
so if you're having Starbucks, they want to have Starbucks. They want to be like mommy and daddy. So they're
Mhm.
just like
Mhm.
any other. I mean,
Makes
for
sense.
years,
Yeah.
I never gave my daughter pop at all because I never bought the
Mm.
pop.
Mhm.
I never, unless it was like for like a McDonald's, whatever. I never bought pop for my house
Right.
until I think recently I had one that she, oh, daddy, can I have some Pepsi? I'm like, oh, I'll give it a little sip there. Now I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what? I've created a monster again because she's gonna see me. So now again, no more, no more of the pop, no more
Yeah.
of the energy drinks. We're
That's
good.
good. That's
We're
good.
good. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Yeah.
parents, you are the reason why kids eat what they eat. Now, I will
Mhm.
say this is that I believe kids, because you're telling the first one said that her upset her stomach and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Again, you should have gave it to her or him at a young age just to get it past them, because eventually it's going to be a time where they're going to eat it, and because they haven't had it, they're going to fall in love with it, and they're going to get obsessed with it. Trust me.
I mean, maybe because the other side is when she told that story, I was like, that to me that kind of proved my point because you haven't given your child that. They once they eat it and they get sick, they probably won't want to eat it again because
Hmm.
it makes them sick. And
Hmm. That's true.
you set the standard for them that
Hmm.
that type of food is not good for them, which it isn't.
That's true. That's true. No, that's true.
So it goes
100%.
both ways. It's like,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
get, trust me, what I do understand is, uh, even without having kids,
Mhm.
even the short times I've taken care of young ones,
Mhm.
is you want them to stop crying. Like you want,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I get that. You do
Mhm.
a lot of the times we do almost anything to get them to stop crying.
And
Sometimes
McDonald's
those things is
is
at yeah, sometimes those things is at their own expense for our
mhm.
convenience. But yeah.
This is 1000% true. You're going to get ice cream, McDonald's, candy canes, whatever
Yeah,
type of thing.
let them
Trust
stay
me.
up a little later, watch a
Yeah.
little more
Oh shoot, my
TV.
daughter. Like I said, my daughter's
Yeah,
got me wrapped
get
around
them
her
the
finger. That
iPad, blah, blah, blah.
yes,
And that was
it,
the other thing, like, they said, "Yeah, well, you especially when you have a daughter," and I said, "Yeah, no, I could see that because 'cause I'd probably be soft as hell with my
I am.
daughter. I'm
Soft.
probably
I'm
be
not gonna lie.
soft as hell."
I'm soft. But like I said, I have heightened her awareness of electronics and being independent. So
Mhm.
yeah, she'll be sitting on her iPad, but she'll come up and show me, "Hey, Dad, did you see this? Did you see that? Do you know what about this? And let me tell you about this." So I'm like, "Okay, you educating Daddy now, no problem." That means I know she's educating herself. There are times where she'll be just sitting there in those dumb games like Roblox and stuff like that, doing the weirdest things, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's Roblox." I'm like, "Okay." I
Mm.
don't even challenge
Mhm,
it. I'm like, okay,
mhm.
whatever. But again, this gives me a new understanding. I'm going to try to now start to limit her on screen time and let her do things that kind of keep her active, like the science experiments that we're going to do like that, just to
Right.
keep her hands on, so she doesn't have to depend on that. So that's my
Nice.
goal for the
Nice.
next few.
Yeah, man.
But
We
yeah,
human beings are great at giving ourselves excuses for our reasoning. I always, that's one of my favorite things about like people watching or
hmm
studying
hmm
human behavior is that we have a great ability to lie to ourselves,
yep,
or better, give ourselves excuses that we could consider reasons for doing things that we do. It's amazing. We have like an amazing ability. Our imagination is amazing, even when we're not trying. That's what I should say.
yeah, yeah. This is true.
Mhm. Uh,
Your imagination can take you across the world, can make you do superhuman things, and can make you even figure out stuff. Oh man, that gives me a good idea. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I was watching The House. Like I told you, I've been binge watching
mhm,
House.
mhm,
And
mhm.
there's an episode or a few episodes that he's hallucinating. And the
Yes,
hallucination
yes, I kind of remember that.
is about is kind of his thoughts talking back to him,
Yeah,
figuring out issues that are going on in him. So I'm like, yeah, man, your mind has the power to do many, many, many things that you have not.
absolutely.
I mean, I think we only use 10% of our brain power.
Something to that degree. Yep,
Yeah. And then
yep.
I was watching uh what's that show with Bradley Cooper there?
Limitless.
Limitless.
Yeah.
Bro, that one I mean I'm thinking that someone has done that
No, but it
and
is it is a real thing. Adderall apparently helps you. It's not like no superhuman thing.
no, but I'm saying
But
someone's been has been trying that. That's why these movies, you
oh
know
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
well,
That's a real thing.
art freaking, it kind of simulates life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, imagine if that's possible.
Mhm.
I'm like,
I
you know what?
believe it is. I believe it is. I
If
believe certain
magic can
people.
be cured by AIDS, anything is possible.
There you have
It's
it.
possible.
Exactly. Magic has magic. So magic exists. That's a double entendre.
I had to pull that one out. I've been saving that for years, man. I'm like, man,
Yep.
this guy had
'Cause
AIDS in what,
anybody,
89? This
he's a
guy had
proof.
HIV. He should have blown up
Proof.
already, but no, this guy owns the
Nope.
Dodgers and he's doing all this stuff. I'm like,
Nope.
right, Magic?
Older than healthy people. Like he lasted longer than people without
Yeah, man.
diseases. So hey,
Yeah.
and
It's
yeah, exactly.
crazy.
In a time when now people are surviving with AIDS, but he's had it surviving back when people were dropping like flies from it.
Yeah.
So
He's
yeah,
like, yo, that's nothing for me. Don't worry,
no,
guys. I
soft,
got this.
soft.
I I got this. I give you
Yeah,
the I'll finger roll myself out of this spot. Don't worry. I got it.
he gave AIDS a no look pass.
He gave me it's a no look. You got me? No.
No. Hey, Kareem, set the pick on AIDS. Set the pick on AIDS. We're gonna pick and roll this AIDS right here, buddy. Yeah, man. That's magic. Play
Oh
one.
shit. Oh. Scotty.
Scotty. Scotty.
Scotty. Get
Shout
AIDS
out
in the
Magic,
block.
man. Shout out
Stiffness in the
Magic.
corner. We got them.
Got him. AIDS is down 3-0 in the 7-game series right now.
No looking back.
No
No
looking back.
looking back.
So you don't come back from 3-0.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
All right. So let's Let's talk about the Man Dem Thoughts. And the topic
Mm-hmm.
for Man Dem's Thoughts today is a bit of a
It's
serious
serious.
one, really.
Yeah, yeah.
This one's talking about the situation with Renee Good and the
Mm-hmm.
ICE controversy in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, the ICE Brigade. I'm going to call them the ICE Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys going off. I don't know. Now, I'm assuming these were all orders from Mr. Trump himself and his administration,
Mm-hmm.
going off and trying to detain illegal immigrants
Mm-hmm.
from the that are in the U.S. And
Yes.
now they found a woman and they stopped. I'm not sure. I don't even know how you stop a woman in the middle of the street
In her
to
car. This
in her
is
car.
go
In
ahead.
her car.
Go ahead.
And from there, they stopped her.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to detain her. I'm assuming she kind of panicked
Yeah.
and started spearing off in her vehicle with her, I believe, her husband in the car with her.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of her getting away, the ICE agent shot her, I believe, 2 times, killing her at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So, rest in peace to that woman. She had a family,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
right?
Indeed.
So,
And her kids were in the car?
I believe the kids were in the back seat, I believe. Um,
Could have killed the kids too. Anyhow.
so, um, your thoughts on this situation,
I
and do
got
you
a
think
lot.
it will spill off into other places of the world?
Well, this happened in Minnesota, I believe, right?
That's correct. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
So this is a place of contention for the Republican Party in particular, if I understand it correctly, because there's somewhat of a revolution going on there where they're not following the Trump order type thing, where they're not following they don't want they've kind of broken off of um the current administration's
Mm,
way of governing the country.
mm.
Um so apparently there is a lot of ice there. Uh, I
In
don't know if
Minneapolis.
yeah, in Minneapolis, or they're doing a lot of raids within that state or city. I don't know if it's considered a which I just heard about this today actually. I don't know if it's considered a oh, what's the term again? Jeez, I just forgot it. Basically a safe city or a
Oh,
because there's a Trump announced today that he's going to withdraw federal funding from any city that is considered I want the term correctly. It's not safe city, but a city in which immigrants can be in without fear of ICE running them down type thing. I don't know if Minnesota
oh,
or
I heard about that. And then the
yeah,
mayor's just saying, take your funding,
yeah,
whatever, whatever. That's yeah.
he's not going to acquiesce to his demands. But having said that, I have a lot to say and a little to say, and not much to say at all on this ICE thing because I think a lot of us feel the same way. Um, it's ridiculous. It's hypocritical in many ways. These people help build and maintain the status of your country,
Mm,
um, and to turn around and treat them like second class humans, not even citizens, because okay, fine,
mm,
they're not citizens. But the hypocrisy for me always comes in with places like the U.S. and Canada because we're seeing some of this not in the level of ICE, but we're seeing some of this immigration pushback
mhm,
and protest,
mhm.
anti-immigration protest in Canada
True,
currently. Is
true.
that we do a lot to make our countries seem inviting, to seem like they're the lands of milk and honey and the streets are paved with gold for immigrants to come and make a life for themselves and be better or get a better life and save their families that are back in their third quote unquote third world countries and war
Right.
torn countries that we invade or we say we're going to help and bomb up these countries and destroy a lot of the infrastructure under the guise of aid,
Mm.
and these people have to run from their current situation to come here and make a better life, and they in turn end up making a better life for the people that are already here.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
they help in that way. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, there are issues with illegal immigration. I'm not silly enough to say that there aren't issues.
Right.
I'm a product of illegal immigration. I can tell you that to a degree. Like
Right.
a lot of my family members came
Yeah.
to this country and other countries without
Mhm.
proper paperwork and were
Mhm.
able to stay and build a life and are law-abiding, tax-paying, uh, great citizens. Not even good, great citizens. And by
Mhm.
and this idea that these people are robbing the country or taking away from the country is is it's overblown because a lot of these people are giving and doing things to help bolster the infrastructure and
Mhm.
foundation of the country. Uh, so I hate this ICE thing. It feels like I sent you a video again. I should have thought of this before because I saw it
Mhm.
earlier today, where the woman is speaking on and she's saying it's not. A lot of people saying ICE is like a Gestapo, and it's not a Gestapo. It's more like slave um, runners or slave chasers or people who used to run down slaves back in the day. They want to call it a Gestapo because a Gestapo is foreign, so it feels less threatening or less bad or less of a black eye on the country. But right in the US, there were people that used to travel the country searching for slaves to bring them back to the plantation. And this is what this reminds me of, regardless of tact, regardless of law in a lot of cases, regardless of safety, regardless of training. Like a lot of these guys aren't even properly trained and they're out there doing this job. Never
They
mind.
got Superman. They got Superman working with them now. So
Superman, Dean Kane's out there trying to fly over buildings and leap from over tall buildings in a single bound and catch Mexicans from his phone booth, and he is a product of immigration himself. So there again lies the hypocrisy. But yeah, it's ultimately it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
here's my thoughts on it, and it's twofold, really. Number one, well, my first actually thought is a question: are they just targeting Mexicans?
Another part of the
Like,
hypocrisy is you've
I'm like,
never seen them. I've never seen a European or heard of a European immigrant being caught,
now
illegal
again,
immigrant being caught,
exactly. So I'm like,
and we know they
because I
exist.
well, yeah, but they're chasing down the Mexicans and the Middle Eastern
Yeah,
people who will come in.
even
I don't know.
Africans or
I don't know how many Africans they do, but I am assuming some are being sought out.
Caribbeans. Yeah,
Caribbeans as well. But
mm,
yeah, those Anglo-Saxon Europeans, I don't think they're an issue on their
apparently
hip,
not. Apparently not.
right? So now, okay. And then secondly, when you were talking about the whole Gestapo thing, you know what? The first image that popped in my head, bro,
Mhm,
I can go back to freaking grade 10 English and
mhm,
read a book by a famous young lady
mhm.
who hid in a house, an attic for years.
And Frank.
Anne Frank.
Mhm.
This is just a modern day Holocaust, brother. They are the only thing is they're not actually I mean, would you not think their detention centers are concentration camps?
Basically, without the
So,
gas that we
yeah,
know of,
they're not killing them.
that we
Well,
know
sorry.
of.
Sorry. They've already killed one
And
and
there
then
you have it. And I'm sure
so
this is the first
it's
one we heard about, right?
because
That's
there
made
was
national.
images of it. So that's the thing. Because we saw it, it's gonna be a freaking situation. Imagine the stuff we have not seen. The people who have been running across the border. You telling me don't have snipers ready to go shooting people again? I'm not going to assume because that would be wrong to think that that's all they're doing. But I mean, they're not painting the picture of a good situation. You have an immigration problem. Okay. But those same immigrants are the ones you're going to depend on for a lot of the things you are relying on in life.
Mhm.
And again, I'm kind of being superficial, but a lot of people are not doing those grimy jobs, the grunt work, the garbage men, the caretakers,
Mhm.
the nail salons, the fast food joints. A lot of these folks are international people doing these jobs, and then you'll say, "Oh, they're taking out our jobs, taking out our jobs." I'm like, "So is your son gonna go work at McDonald's? Are they gonna work at 7-Eleven? They don't want to do that."
9 times out of not
But
10, they don't.
those folks, they know they left a horrible situation, and working at a 7-Eleven is 10 times better than living in freaking India or Iraq. Just as long as they play by the rules, why are you bothering these folks?
Brother,
Why?
I'll even say, like, even to that point, some of them are taking an extreme step down. There are some doctors working in tomorrow.
Listen. There are doctors that I've met in Canada that were driving taxis in the 80s and
Exactly.
90s, bro.
Exactly.
My father,
Exactly. Still going
who
on.
was a mechanical engineer,
Driving
bro,
taxi.
driving cab for 40 years.
There you have it.
My
There you have it.
uncles, my godfather, like these people. My mother was a teacher and she came back, downgraded herself, and she was doing whatever she was doing. Like, I mean, like these people are taking a step down.
Excuse me.
And again, not all situations are bad that
No.
they're leaving from. They're looking, like you said, milk and honey. Like, the place for opportunity and magic happened. Great. They get there and they're just another number.
Yep. They find out it's a land of stress that they never experienced
And
before.
and this is why I get bothered by relatives who are saying, "Hey, send me this, send me this, send me money, send me a phone." I'm like, listen, bro, I have a mortgage.
You know what I'm going through?
I have children. I have taxes to pay,
Mhm.
and you're asking me for a handout. Until you get here, you will not know. And I don't
Yep.
want to be rude about it, but it's to a point where you have to educate everybody on the other side
Yeah, you gotta be
because they'll
honest.
just continue to think it's a land of milk and honey, and it's not, man. It's. I would rather go live there now.
Word.
I'd
Word.
rather live there because less stress. My dad, who was living here for donkey years, he goes back home. He's living like a king, although he's retired and all that. But I mean, the air is better for him. Sun is better for them.
Nice.
Food is better for him. So why wouldn't you go over there and live? And if you had the ability to create out there, why not?
Mhm.
I mean, I was following a couple. I think he was a I think he was from Spain. He went to Nigeria, met this Nigerian woman, stayed in Nigeria, married this woman, has a about 4 kids. He speaks better, better Yoruba, my native tongue, better than me ever.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
he's that ingrained in there, right? And I'm like, yeah, there's people like that who will just go and do better for themselves in another country without the stress of
Yeah.
their own.
Nope. Don't blame
And
them a
it's
bit.
and you have people like ICE just snapping these people's lives and their livelihood away because of a few clerical errors. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? My family did the same thing to get here. Back in the day, there was a lottery to get into the country,
Yep.
and you had to find you just spun the dice. You okay? Your name's getting picked. You're going over.
Yep.
Oh yeah! And then all of a sudden, you
It's a
have
celebration.
relatives who want to leave, and they say, "Oh, I have a daughter that I want to bring over." Meanwhile, it's your sister, right? Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
I have my uncle who needs to be, and meanwhile, he's your next door neighbor, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
like there was a process back in the day, and I don't know. Again, society has changed. There's a lot of more violence. There's a lot of more shady stuff that people are doing, and
A lot more division. A lot more. There's a
oh
lot
yeah,
more.
they did it to
Again.
themselves, though, brother. They did. America, the West have done it to themselves.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they've done it to themselves. So that's
Well,
they've created their own fear.
again, my belief is the powers that be division is a tool for them to continue to control us. If we are
True,
fighting amongst ourselves, we're not looking at them like, hey, why, why, why are we fighting amongst? We're not the ones that tax each other. We're not
true.
the ones that pass laws on each other.
True.
It's those guys up there that are doing this to us, and then telling us that it's each other, that we are the ones to blame. It's like a Spider-Man meme. We're all down here pointing at each other while freaking the
Yep.
Green Goblin is flying above us and looking
Yep.
down and
No.
laughing like
Yeah. Yeah.
laughing at us
Yeah.
and throwing pumpkin bombs, and we're just like
So
that's just standing there pointing. And
that is
again, don't get
so
me
true.
wrong, there are things wrong. It is called illegal immigration for a reason.
Mhm.
There is a breaking of the law going on to a degree in some cases, not all, because we've
True.
also seen videos in which they're grabbing up people that are in the process or that
Yeah.
have
Yeah. They're in the
citizenship.
building,
Yeah, and they still
submitting
grabbing
their
on a
paperwork,
pulling
and
guard,
then nope,
right.
nope, nope, nope.
Yeah,
You missed the
that's
by day.
crazy.
You gotta
This
go.
is
I'm like,
crazy.
well, what are you doing, bro?
So there is issues with illegal immigration and immigration, even legal immigration.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
because to what you were saying about the 7-Eleven work and the Tim Hortons work,
Hmm.
it's hard for teenagers to find work right now because there's a lot of immigrants that have taken up those spaces, especially in Toronto. I don't know how it is out there
Oh,
in Winnipeg,
oh,
but
it's. I mean,
especially in
think
Toronto.
about it. If you're at Subway,
Mhm.
or even a Mexican, you say East Indians are running those spots. This is 7-Elevens. A lot of East Indians are there.
Yep, gas
The
stations,
every
McDonald's.
I will say for every 5 to 8 7-Elevens,
Mhm.
there's probably only 2 white people that were work at these places, and they're the
If
old
that.
school.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah,
forever.
they've been
Hey,
there.
yeah,
They've
they've
been
been
there.
there for a while. Hey,
Yeah,
Bradley, how you
yeah,
doing?
yeah,
Hey, man, how you doing? Yeah,
Madge
yeah.
and Merle and
Yeah,
these people.
and Barbara. Hey,
Yeah,
Barbara, how
Bar
you doing? Yo, Barbara, you still here? Yeah, you know me, girl. That's
yeah, yep,
those are
yep.
veterans. They
The
hold it
original.
down.
They knew Tim
Yeah,
Hortons personally, these
yeah.
people.
They trust me. They watched them play. They watched them play. So yeah, but again, the opportunity was there for people to take those
Yeah.
spots. They didn't want it. So I was like, okay, well, you want it? Yeah, of course. We're only paying you peanuts. Peanuts is better than what I was getting over there.
Yep.
Okay.
That
And that
no,
and that's where the
there's
divide
truth
happens
in
though.
yep, and there's truth in both. Like again, there back in the day, we used to see kids working in these fast food places in these Tim Horton
Mhm.
spots, these gas stations, these
Mhm.
quote unquote starter jobs for the summertime and stuff like
Starter
that.
jobs, yeah.
You don't really have that anymore. Like we've been talking, we don't really have Dickie D anymore, and kids
Dickie.
aren't doing
Ding, ding, ding,
paper
ding, ding, ding.
routes and all that. Those
Nope.
those are going to a lot of immigrants.
But
So I'm not
no, some of them don't even exist
some of them
anymore.
don't even exist.
Think
So
about a paper route. When you
I
have
know,
again,
yeah, well,
when's
yeah,
the last time
yeah.
you
No,
actually
yeah, no,
seen
no paper.
a newspaper freaking box?
Yeah, that's a fact.
All
Or
your
the
news is online now.
same amount of time I see a phone booth.
Like, they're gone.
Yeah,
I've seen
you don't
2.
need them. Yeah,
Don't need them.
you're
So
right.
again, that's the problem. We evolved,
Mhm.
and because of the evolution of everything, everything had to change. So we have to be ready.
We're in a
Okay,
moment of transition. Yes, we are in a
still,
moment of transition.
still, and this is
I agree.
where and this is where the immigrants or the people outside of the Western world get creative and make a bad name for themselves, because
Mhm.
you'll see scam artists send you those emails. I have a dying uncle who needs money in Nigeria. Can you send me this? And they'll scam people. Or you'll have people that are in call centers in India telling you that you have a refund for $500. And
You
again,
have the chopper man them in
yeah,
Jamaica
yeah,
taking
yeah,
advantage of old people to give them their credit
yeah.
cards and clearing
Yeah,
out their
so
life savings. It
they
happens.
are just trying to tap in to all that wealth.
Yeah.
But if you let them in, maybe they won't do it. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
You never
I'm
know. I
not saying
can't
let everybody in. I'm
exactly.
not saying that
I'm
either. I'm
because
not
I think
saying that
Canada did
either.
that. What under Trudeau, they brought these Syrians in there and they started running amok, messing with women out there. That like it's almost like they didn't realize that there women exist in Canada. And they started, well, I don't use the
But
words, but
even
they were
to
doing some
that
SA
point,
stuff.
to that point, every mass immigration, I don't
Mm,
care where they're coming from,
mm.
there is going to be a criminal element that comes with them,
Oh, 100%.
especially with the mass. Because again, also what happens is they get here,
Mhm.
especially like the second and third waves, and there isn't the jobs and the opportunities that they were promised because it's
That's
already
right.
been taken up.
They're already gone. There's no more.
So what do? Turn to a life of crime to survive because they
That's true.
can't go back home.
Yeah.
Some of them can't afford to go back home. Some of them aren't allowed to go back home. And some of
Mhm.
them will be shamed if they go back.
Yep.
So they
Yep.
stay here and work and do whatever they can to survive, which is
That might
why
be
you see.
illegal.
And again, we had the Italian mafia
Mm.
who was running prostitution and drugs. We had the what is there? The triads.
Mm.
Same thing. We
Mhm.
had the Tamil Tigers. Same thing. We've had the Jamaican Shawa posse. Same thing. Like I
Don't
could go on
don't forget El Chapo and the
Al
villain was
Chop, same thing. Like I could go on and on throughout
yeah.
time. There has
Yeah.
always been the Irish gangs,
Yep.
same
Yep.
thing.
Them Peaky Blinders, them boy.
There's been on and on. There has
You're
been
right.
groups of ethnic gangs and criminals that will
Mhm.
always be a part of mass immigration. It's not some they try to stop it. You can't stop it. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Just be ready
Fine.
for it.
Just be ready for it.
Just
But
have
yeah,
to prepare for it.
it's
You're right.
it's
You're right.
sad, man. It's sad, especially in a country like Canada. That I grew up in a country where immigrants, and multiculturalism is supposedly a part of our culture. It's part of the selling point
What
of this country.
it was. Toronto back in the day. Come
Yeah,
on now. That
everything.
was that was a lot. I mean, Carabana is a perfect example, man. A
Yeah,
perfect example.
exactly. But again, even with Carabana, when it first started, oh, why are we giving them this? This is Canada. Oh, why are we allowing this?
Mhm,
That this is
mhm,
Canada.
mhm,
Oh,
mhm,
oh, this is Canada.
mhm.
It's it echoes again today. There's a video posted with a bunch of East Indians dancing to East Indian music at Dundas Square. Oh,
Yeah,
what has become of my Canada? What are you talking? This is the same. What are you
yeah.
talking about?
It's only Saturday, bro. Just
Yeah,
chill.
what are
They're
you
gonna
talking?
celebrate for one day and go on
Yeah,
to their yard.
what are you talking about?
Even if
And,
they
and
give people doing Diwali and all that stuff, they'll let them celebrate.
and up the
Let them have
street is
their
Taste of the Danforth.
yo.
You know what I'm saying? No
You've got
problems there.
you've got
Down the
little
street, you have
Portugal.
Afrofest. No
You got
problems there.
you got little Portugal there.
Yeah.
You got Chinatown there.
We have
You got
little
come on,
Jamaica. We have little this, little.
bro.
What's the problem? I don't want to say the
Yo,
problem.
hold on. Does little Jamaica still even exist? I mean, Eglinton is kind of soft right now. Them
It's
times.
very much so depleting before our eyes. Sad but true.
Yeah, I mean, I was there. I was walking the streets. I'm
Depleting
like,
before our
yo,
eyes, really.
where's Lloyd's?
Yeah,
What's going on right now?
sad but true. That's the one little that is become tiny.
Yeah, yeah. Chinatown will never get. I mean, that's an ecosystem that will always sit there. Same with
Yeah,
Little Portugal
yeah.
and Greek Town and all these places. They have their people, but for some
Yeah.
reason, Jamaica just kept on getting smaller and smaller.
Well,
And I
we
do
kind of know
believe,
why.
yeah, I do believe that we all know what's going on there.
Yeah,
But
we kind of know
again,
why.
you know,
Gentrification, sir.
yeah, I
As
mean,
usual. They
yeah,
come for us first.
well,
As Bill Cosby
we're
told Theo, the tax man comes for the regular people first.
and there's no lies there, man.
None.
We were, I think, the fear of us African Americans and Africans and so forth, Caribbeans, was so ingrained in them that they had to take us out first. Gotta go.
And it's
Now I didn't say
easy. Sadly, it's
take us
also
out.
easy to do.
What's that?
It's easier to do than those other communities. We don't fight as
I,
much.
I, I think we're fighting much now. There's a big fight back now.
We fight, but we either fight too late
Mm,
or not enough. Even when we do fight, it's not enough. And again, like we might be going to a different topic tangent. There is also there is a stigma and I think a misconception that we aren't together as a community, and they use that against us.
This is true.
They
This is
say,
true.
and then we believe it. So
Mhm.
again, it becomes a cycle. We don't fight
Yep.
it hard because we're never
Mhm.
together on anything anyway. So why should we
Mhm.
bother? Why should we
Mhm.
support this? Or Black Lives Matter was run by these people. Why should we
Mhm.
support
Mhm.
this? Or we find
Mhm.
reasons to not be together. So
Correct. Well, you're right.
yeah, but yeah,
You're right. You're right. I get you. But
yeah.
yeah, we're not. Well, I'm not a fan of what's going on in the U.S. I really haven't been a fan of what's going on in the U.S. both in the politics and their dealing with peoples. I try not to listen to their propaganda because that's what it is. They're just riling people up. Get them, hey, get on this side. You're either on this side or that side, and you just continue. You just continue the battle. The divide is always going to be made. It could shift to the right, could shift to the left. It's still going to be there. You're going to be on one side or the other. So
Hmm.
just be ready. It sucks,
Hmm.
but it is what it is. But yeah, let's move on. Moving
Yes,
on.
sir.
We got another mansplain it for you folks.
Man,
We're gonna mansplain this one. Another nugget from the legendary Slang Hugh. He
Mm.
found something and he brought it to my attention. And I tell you right now, folks, I was heated when he said to me. Said to me like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, I can't even sleep now because of this. Yo. So we're gonna watch this
And
right
I
now,
said,
right?
this is that makes it perfect.
Yes, he said it was
Perfect.
perfect. So we're going to
Perfect.
watch this wonderful clip here and see
Uh,
what it
Why
said.
do women promote singleness so much?
Hi, Kevin. I've been following you long enough to know the heart behind the message, so I know it was well intended. However, as a single PhD candidate and financially independent woman, let me provide you some data points that will validate my personal opinion and experience as a single woman. I'll start off by saying that when women are saying that they're choosing singleness, they're not promoting loneliness. They're actually promoting options. And here's why. Historically, women couldn't afford not to partner because it wasn't until the 1970s where women couldn't even open their own bank accounts without a man. And it actually wasn't until 1974 that we had equal credit access. And it wasn't until 1969 where no fault divorce was legalized nationwide. And when that happened, we saw a 20% drop in female suicide because now women could leave harmful marriages safely. You mentioned procreation and companionship as the purpose of humanity. Sure, there's a valid point there. However, partnership needs to feel safe, equitable, and healthy. And unfortunately, the truth is that a lot of women aren't experiencing that. He also said that people think that they can successfully operate solo adult. And you know what? I absolutely agree with you. We all need community, but community doesn't necessarily have to equal coupling or romantic partnership. Women are actually building communities, networks in places where they feel valued and not drained. Here's another data point. The fastest growing group of entrepreneurs are actually single women, especially women of color. So when women are gaining their financial independence, they are choosing out of alignment and not necessity. So back to your original question, why women are promoting singleness so much? Well, it's because for the first time in history, singleness isn't a punishment, it's a choice and a strategic one. Because until partnership feels like partnership and not like parenting or self abandoning, we don't have to do it. Last thing you mentioned is that the main reason to go outside is to find a partner, but I would offer this. I would say that the main reason to go outside is to live. And if you find love in a partner along the way, beautiful. So, if men want women to choose partnership again, let's create relationships that are worth choosing.
Why
go off, brother.
See my face? See my face?
Yes. The floor is yours.
Okay.
Set the fire.
All right. First off, you know
Mm.
what? Again, it rubbed me the wrong way the minute she started listing off PhD, finance, and you do not need to state any of that at the beginning of your video to explain what you're trying to explain. That means nothing to me right now.
Mm.
Nothing. I'm
Mm.
sorry.
Mm.
Nothing. Second of all, you're talking about suicides. Like that one bothered me too, bro, because
Okay.
there's men who will continue to do their thing, whether they're in a relationship or not, that are offing themselves just because no one listens to them, no one hears them. They're freaking grinding to the bone and they just can't get it. Meanwhile, and I'm not trying to disrespect women, but meanwhile, a woman can hook up with a man and that man's going to take care of that woman. What are you going to kill yourself for? Sorry, man. I mean, think about it. I mean, yes. And the one thing that I do agree with her is that it is a choice. But I do believe the women are choosing because they're starting to hate men.
Mm.
And I get there's a lot of bad men out there. Yes, 100%. They might even be a more than 55%, bad men out there. I don't know.
I don't believe
I
that,
don't.
but okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just being that
Yeah.
devil's advocate. There might be more bad men than good men.
Yeah.
But
No, I don't believe that. But yeah, go ahead.
I know. I don't believe that. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying
Yeah.
because I'm like, based on what she's saying, that everybody's choosing. But I mean, come on, man.
Mhm.
You're choosing.
Mhm.
So choose correctly.
Okay.
And I don't mean, pick the perfect partner. No one's gonna have the perfect partner. No one's gonna have the perfect partner. No one. But as in a relationship, you must work together to make it work. A lot of people are just no, I'm out. I'm out. But I mean, let's work. No, that's it. You're not. Then they're gone. I'm just gonna stay single. I'm like, okay. But that same person who's staying single that can't get a job is gonna fall back on someone, or they're going to use. Remember, I told you I was a big hater on the OnlyFans. They're gonna use that fake relationship to make that money. So you're not really in a relationship, but you're creating all these relationships with all these men because that's what they'll do for you,
Mhm.
right?
Mm.
So that again, that first, like I said, she made some valid points. We've already talked about it. Women are very, very smart, and they're getting smarter,
Mhm.
and they're getting more educated. And there's tons of women entrepreneurs out there. I know a lot of them, and they're making things happen. Don't tell me they don't need a man, or they're true. No, man. There's a reason why these women are doing these things, man. And it's just making good men who want the relationship pull their hair out because they're like, yo, okay, I work.
Mhm.
I take care of myself or my family, whether I have a child or not. Take care of my household. I keep myself groomed in a certain way, and you're telling me no? Like, I mean, what is wrong with me? Do I have a third eye? No, I
Mm.
just want to stay single. If that was the case, and I'm gonna go biblical, man.
Mm.
Adam,
Mm.
Adam,
Mm.
he wasn't. He was the first. He was the first,
Mm.
and Eve was created to complement him from his rib, bro.
Mm.
From his rib. He
Mm.
wasn't. No, I'm telling you. I don't need to relax because I need to rest and sleep soon. But I'm just saying, man.
Okay. All right. I can I
By all means, go ahead.
okay. Um Let me just start my disclaimer. There's going to be some devil's advocate angel advice in this. Um, I tend to agree with a lot of what she said in terms of reasoning.
Mhm.
Now, again, earlier I had stated human beings are very good at giving themselves reasons to justify their actions,
Correct.
whether they are right or wrong.
Mhm.
I and not those words are not even the correct words. Right and wrong are not the right or wrong words to use because it's not right or wrong. Where I definitely agree with what she's saying is if the relationship doesn't feel right, you shouldn't force it or you shouldn't be forced to be in a coupling if you can't find the correct partner.
Agreed.
Absolutely cannot disagree
Agreed.
with that 100 times.
1000%. I think we've stated that before. We've said that many
Yes.
times. If you don't like the situation, get out of it. Go.
Yes.
Find something else that fits your needs for sure.
Now, I guess what my issue would be is that women's newfound freedom or newfound success
Mhm.
has created a lot of these mouthpieces or spokeswomen
Mm.
who are, I'm sorry, but they are promoting singlehood. It also it's creating a community of women that are comfortable with just walking away, even when it's not that bad.
Beneficial for them. Mm.
Even to your point, like to your point, there is, I believe that a lot more women are not willing to work on their relationship. Don't get me wrong. I think in the past there were many men who benefited from women having to stay, so they in turn didn't have to work on making the relationship a good one or an equally yoked one, or whatever term you want to use to describe a fruitful
Yeah.
and fulfilling relationship.
Mhm.
But I think that again, the pendulum has swung, and as we spoke of, or as I said before, where women have now started to become the men, as to where they are looking down on the men and thinking the men are not worthy of being treated as an equal. And we could say, oh, because they got more education. Yeah, women were there before. Women didn't have as much education as the men, and the men wrongfully were looking down at the women and acting as if they weren't as an equal to them because they couldn't get a master's degree
Right.
or they weren't as smart, which is a whole other subject. Just because you got
True.
a certificate on your wall does not make you more intelligent than somebody. It
Mm.
might make you more educated than somebody,
Mm.
but it doesn't make you more
Mm.
intelligent than somebody. And I think these
Great.
things are what's going on. The women are starting to gain position. They're still not getting paid as much, but they're
Mhm.
getting more education. They're hustling harder. They're doing a lot of more things.
Setting up the blocks. Yeah. The
Yeah,
foundation for
they're
them to
setting up
take.
more blocks than we are at this
Mhm.
current state in our history. I can
Mhm.
absolutely agree with that. But I caution again, do not become the men that you despised and now that you don't, and now that's why you don't want to couple, because you think that the men are beneath you and they're not doing the work that you're doing.
Mm.
That's the caution I would give. I understand it. I get why women are feeling this way. If you were a newly freed slave and you had the choices to do almost anything that you wanted to that you weren't afforded before, you're
Mhm.
probably gonna go crazy. You're probably, and I don't mean crazy as a literal crazy. I mean you're
Yeah.
probably gonna thrive in a
Yeah.
society that has now opened these doors for you to walk through. You're
True.
going to take advantage, as you should.
True.
But to then look back at the other slaves who are still not fully out of the bondage and say, you guys, what's wrong with you guys? Why don't you guys move in? What's wrong with you guys? Look how long you guys have been there. Like, which is what I think these women are doing. On the other side, speaking from a man's perspective, we do have to make adjustments. It is a new time, similar to the immigration situation. It's a new time in that all the things that were on top are kind of being toppled over a little bit, which is why a guy like Trump can get in office, because the old money and the old way of doing things is afraid of the new way.
Mhm.
When and I use politicians, even though I don't believe in politics like that, but I'll use politicians as markers. When Obama came in, it was, oh, it's a new world. Oh, we're getting new politics. Even Trudeau got a little bit of that for his
Mhm.
campaign.
Mhm.
It's a new way of doing things. And the old way of doing things, people were like, nah, bro, we can't. That's not how things are supposed to go. And my thing is, who said that? Who said that's not how things are supposed to go?
Right.
You said that again. You said that when black people got freed. You said that when women first got their voting rights. You said that when it started to hitting our kids was started to be viewed as abuse. You said that when gays, when the LGBT community was being vilified, even though they've been around forever, but they were ostracized. You said that again. We just keep repeating our history, right? So yes, there are issues because we are adjusting. Women are adjusting to their newfound freedom, and men are adjusting to women's newfound freedom. And it is difficult speaking as a man, especially with a headstrong partner, very independent partner, myself. I could tell you sometimes I do have to sit down and say, yo, am I reacting like this because of my patriarchal views of life? Like, is it because I'm a man, or like, is it because I feel like less than a man when she doesn't want to do or doesn't want to listen to me? And I'm sure there's some of that in there. But what we can't discount on the other side, women, is that there's some of that. Well, now I'm the independent one. You can't tell me nothing. I don't need you, so I could do what I want. When that's not how partnerships work. It's not all men aren't always trying to make you do what they want you to do. That's not always the case. Sometimes men are trying to make the best decision for the couple. Sometimes they're sacrificing, and in the past we were the ones that were sacrificing so that the family could eat. Like you said, that's why our suicide rate is still higher, because being the breadwinner is not easy. Which is that actually brings me to another point. Give it a few years. I don't know how these women are going to feel about being the bosses in a few years. Hopefully they are. But what we are also seeing is that it's very difficult for them to do both. It's very difficult to be the breadwinner and to be the family woman, which is why I also think they're choosing singlehood, because it's easier. It's easier to focus on careers and self-improvement and if you don't have a partner. It is, because then you don't have to worry about nobody else.
I think I'm going to hit on one last thing about what you said. You remember how you said how things would just change all of a sudden? For instance, when we got the vote, we went up high, and then all of a sudden it balanced back out, and then something else came out. Boom. So we're doing this whole hills and valleys, right? And every time we've understand and got it back to where we wanted to, it's there, and then something else, LGBTQ, boom, went back up, and everybody's getting used to it, because everybody's now getting used to it to a point, and then it's going. Now we're waiting for the next spike to happen, so it gives the whole world an uproar. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? And that's what it is right now. It's just
Division.
society just leveling itself off.
Right.
Evolving.
Evolving.
So
Yes.
when society evolves, we get that big jolt, and then we're like, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. And then we're norming. Like look at the economy is horrible, and it's up there. It's up there right now. It's the economy has put us up there right now. So now, in the next 2 to 5, maybe 10 years, of bring back down and think, oh, you know what? Yeah, we can handle this. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe in that time frame, minimum wage or wages have gone up, or food drops down. Who knows? If something's going to level back up, and then when it gets there, there's going to be a housing crisis again. Boom.
Yes.
And then you're back up there, and no, it's not that bad. And then all of a sudden the market crashes, and it's always going to be something. Always going to be something to keep us on our toes.
That's life.
Yeah.
And also, like we've said before, sometimes that is a daunting thing about life, that there's no real settlement. There's no real settlement. Just as you start getting comfortable, something else comes along to throw you off.
Yeah.
Which is why we kind of got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's basically that's how I think you win in life, is getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Being on your toes, being ready for anything and everything at any time.
Yeah. But my last thing on this subject for me is just, one, people stop listening to the internet. Like stop,
Mm,
stop.
mm,
Even when we just the video we just ran, it's coming from I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying that that's not
right.
going on, but by and large, generally, I don't know how much women enjoy singlehood. I don't know how much, like you said, there are bad men out there. I don't know the percentages. I'm sure they're out there. Um, but again, the divorces rates are like 50% for men and women. They're
Yep.
higher for lesbian couples. So
Yep. Yep.
I don't know what it is. I don't know
Yep.
what's going on. I don't know why we don't like to stay together. But I think, I truly think when you have options, you will choose them. And
Mhm.
now that the options are available, people are choosing the option. Not always because that's what they want, but because it's not what they have.
Mhm. Mhm.
Caution, just caution, just
It's
caution.
just it's like the I love using TV shows or movie metaphors. Is that the Truman Show? This man was living life like how it should be living, and all of a sudden you pull on the curtain. This is how it's supposed to be.
There's
This
something
is
out there. Let's go
something
out
different.
there.
You mean no,
Yeah,
let's
let's
step
go out
out.
there. Let's go
Let's
out.
step out.
Even recently, what's that? The series. Oh my gosh. Oh Jesus Christ! What's the series now? When they're living in, they don't know whether they're living in the bubble.
Oh, a Fallout.
Not Fallout. Fallout 2 though. Fallout
Fallout
2 is an
because they've been
example.
sitting. Yeah, they
That's
were
also
sitting
an
there.
example, but it wasn't
Yo, the
Fallout.
100.
No, not the 100. But all these,
The
there's so
100,
many
the 100, the
examples.
same thing.
So
They've been
many
living this bubble
examples.
thinking this way it is. But
So
all of
many
like they get out
examples.
the oh my god choices. It's been
Matrix, like, oh, it's been
yeah,
done
man.
over and over in different
It's
ways.
it's
The
like they're
moment you
showing
give,
us.
you could give human vanilla ice cream every day and they'll love the vanilla ice cream every day. The moment you
Facts.
introduce chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream doesn't look so good.
Yeah, it's
And they
like
don't
I
even
got
know. We don't even know if we like chocolate. We never tasted this before.
trust
But
me.
hey, that looks a little. That's different.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
chocolate.
And, and
You
then
said
you
this
have the
is chocolate.
divide. Yeah.
I'll take chocolate today.
Yeah.
I'll take chocolate today.
The choices are there.
The
Then you get
choice
that divide.
options.
Oh, chocolate is better than vanilla. No, vanilla is better than chocolate. Then that's how the government just that's
Yeah.
what it does, bro.
Amen. Again, this is just mansplaining.
Hey,
Take
that's
it.
right.
Take it as you
We,
take.
we just mass spinning it.
We just
Don't
mansplaining.
take it as fact.
Yeah,
This is just our point of view right here. This is
that's
our
our
point
point
of
of view.
view.
Exactly.
But anyways, let's finish off with
Let's
the
hit it.
last
Go. Yeah.
topic.
Let's do it.
And this is kind of our fun topic. It's a Toronto vibe. We call it scene and more scene
Scene.
and more scene.
Scene.
So this is where we take apart and I guess I want to say dissect, but we watch a lot of shows,
Mhm,
a lot of movies,
mhm,
and both of us have our own opinions on certain things. So here, this was a nice segment that we had way back when, but we're bringing it back, adding it to the end here,
mhm.
and we were going to talk about the recent documentary on Netflix pertaining to uh, P Diddy and
Mm.
his whole controversy. Now,
Diddy, the
now
reckoning.
this was brought to the attention of by Fiddy. Fiddy's the one who kind
He's
of
one of the
preached it.
producers. Yes.
He's one of the producers, and
Yes.
you know him. He hates that man. So you can see where this is going. But
Mhm,
you and I have both watched it.
mhm.
If you first of all, if you were going to grade this out of 5, what
Out
would
of
you give this?
5,
Yes.
I'll probably give it like a 3.5, somewhere
Okay.
in there, just
Okay.
above average. It was very entertaining. Um, I don't know if I learned a lot. There are a couple of key points which I'm sure we'll touch on that were like, oh, whoa, I didn't know that. But there wasn't much that I didn't know or wasn't already out there, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
What do you
give
give it?
I give it a 4 on that
Mhm,
same premise
mhm,
because it almost not guaranteed, but confirmed
Mhm.
the thoughts that I had about the situation, and it
Mhm.
brought it to light even more.
Right.
You know, it brought that needle to the other side. I'm like, aha! It gave me a lot of aha moments. It
Yes.
gave me a
Yes.
lot of
Yes.
aha moments,
Yeah.
and it kind of it pulled the curtain back and showed how this person really was, who was in this place of power for
Yeah.
so long,
Yeah.
and it wasn't really detected how bad. I want to say bad. Yeah,
Oh,
how bad
bad
this
is the
person was.
word.
Yeah,
Bad.
yeah, how bad
Before,
this person was.
okay, so I don't know if we before we get into it, describe it a little bit. So it's P Diddy the Reckoning. Is that what it's called? I believe
Yes, P.
P
Diddy,
Diddy
The Reckoning.
the Reckoning on Netflix. It's basically a documentary about the time, the history, and the time leading up to Puff Daddy's arrests for the RICO case, for various charges, as most people know what they are at this point. And they have some behind the scenes video of the day or the week before him being
Mhm,
arrested, and it
mhm,
goes all the way back to his university party promoter days, and gives different, different accounts from different people throughout his life as to what created what they would say, quote unquote, this monster that we
mhm,
now know as P. Diddy.
mhm, mhm,
Right.
mhm.
So what would you say is the most eye-opening part for you?
Um, the most eye-opening part for me was me understanding how jealous he was of other people. He did not have the talent, and
Mm,
everyone around him had the talent.
mm, mm,
So I do believe he broke people down and used his positioning to make him be bigger than he really was, because he really wasn't that skilled in a lot of things. He was a
mm.
dancer, and he was a gopher for a certain place or certain person. You know, back it
Andre
was
Harrell at
yes,
Uptown Records. Yeah.
yeah. He was dealing with Uptown for the longest time, just being that guy, and
Mhm,
because of his enthusiasm. And again, I give him more. I give him all the credit in the world because his enthusiasm got him where he was.
mhm,
He got him up there because he was showing initiative and doing things that others at that time weren't doing. But truth be told, though, the only reason he was the man is because of the handout. It's because of that contract. Because when he was breaking
mhm.
from Uptown,
Well, yeah, yeah. You're allowed it. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're talking
Biggie, I think Mary J,
about. Mhm.
all these people were under Uptown, and this man just gave it to him. Said, "Here, you start Bad Boy. There you
Yeah.
go."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't P. It wasn't Diddy that did it, man. It was Andre.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna
He gave
a
them
little.
4 golden gooses.
This is the part well, it's really just one, because Mary J
Biggie.
and Jodeci stayed at Uptown. He helped groom them,
Okay.
and
Okay, fair
the
enough.
artists,
So I gave
he
Biggie.
A&R'd them, so to speak. But
Okay.
Biggie is the one that he took with him. I don't know if Craig Mack was around at the time. Maybe Craig Mack too. I don't
He
remember.
just came right after, I think.
That sounds more familiar.
Hmm.
My little pushback into one of the things you said is that he didn't have talent, which was also a thing that I felt that they played up in the documentary that made him look worse than he is. Not that he's not bad,
Hmm.
quote unquote, but it made him look worse than he is because it made him look like a leech, so to speak.
Right. Okay.
But I vision is a talent, man. Being a
Oh,
visionary is a talent.
I think
Being
it's a
able
skill. It's
to
a skill, not a talent. Skill. Talent is playing an instrument with no issues, or learning that instrument and playing it.
mm,
I'm telling you, man, that's just me, man. I played an instrument. I played multiple instruments. I was
yes,
talented
that
back
is
in the day.
okay. The reason, okay, hold on, because I often have this debate with people.
Mm.
What is the difference between skill and talent with you for you?
A skill, again, I'll use myself.
Mhm,
A talent, playing an instrument.
mhm,
You have that ear for it. You have that ear for that stuff.
Okay.
A skill, playing a sport,
Okay.
perfecting that sport. That's, I believe, is the difference.
So
Not
for you, a
everybody, not
skill is
everybody
uh-huh,
can play that sport,
uh-huh.
right? But you can train to get to play that sport. Like you can't get to that certain level. Same with music. Anybody can be taught to play a certain, but you have to have that talent to be creative and make things,
That's what I was gonna ask you.
right. You have to
Okay.
make, you have to
So
create.
if I'm understanding you, a skill is something that can be taught, whereas a talent is you're born with.
Pretty much.
Okay. I agree with that. But then I have to say, I think vision is something you're born with or not. It's something
Okay.
to be able to to some degree predict the future. Like take it out of Kanye West is a visionary. You can
Yeah.
say whatever you want about him. You can say all these other things, but one thing you can't say is that man, when he has a vision and he executes it, it
Mhm.
usually goes the way that he planned it to go,
Oh,
if
you're
not
right.
bigger than he planned it to go. So,
You're right.
and even if we want to say, even if let's even take that out of it, take away the visionaries part of it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Diddy is responsible and often awarded given the credit for dressing Jodeci, for dressing Mary J. Blige, for giving them their image and their style. That is a talent. To be a designer, not even a designer per se, but to be a what do they call those people?
Was he doing it by himself or did he have a team of
Maybe he
people?
did. Well, okay, even in this documentary, they didn't touch on that he had a team helping him create these images for them.
Okay.
He was credited with that's what he did.
Okay.
And if that's the case, and there's even a talent in because I'm being a producer, I may not put Diddy on a production
Mhm.
top
Mhm.
10,
Mhm.
top 20,
Mhm.
top 50 because he never really actually produced anything. He was a button
Right.
pusher, or
Mhm.
he was at best a glorified conductor,
Correct.
right? So he'd come in the room and
But
say, "Do
but
that, do
but
that,
but
do that, do
but
that."
conducting is a talent.
But I was about to get there. Even
Okay.
coming into the room to say, "Hey, man, that doesn't sound like it's in the right key for this song. I don't know what key it's in. I don't know if that's a C, D, E, A. I don't know what that key is, but it doesn't sound like it's in the right key. Try it a little lower. There's talent in that.
But okay. Here's the thing. I'm gonna push back on that because
The
I'm like,
skill, but hold on. The
who?
skill, right before you go, the
Mhm.
skill is in knowing the note, is in knowing if it's C, D, but the talent is in knowing to change the note to make it sound better. Good.
Okay. But here's the thing. Say, for instance, I'm gonna give you a scenario. You have two people in that same situation. One, Diddy, telling you this, that, and the other. Two, Quincy Jones.
Oh, but he's not as talented as Quincy Jones.
No,
That
no,
doesn't
no.
mean he's not
But
talented.
no. But think about it. Who are you
Mm.
going to? Who are you going to rely those comments? This. Who are you going to rely on? Diddy or Quincy Jones?
9 times out of 10, maybe 8 times out of 10, it is Quincy Jones. And here's the
And
thing,
why though? Why though?
because Quincy Jones is more talented than Diddy.
Why? Why?
Why is he more talented?
Why? What did he do to be to have that talent? What was he talented? What was his talent?
Well, he was a talented musician, but he's also a skilled musician. Diddy wasn't,
Right.
so he had both.
But Diddy didn't have a skill to or that talent to say
No, I
he
don't
is his
agree that he didn't
sister.
have it. No, I don't agree he didn't have the
Ah,
talent. I
come
agree he didn't
on.
have the
Where's
skill.
the hook?
He
Get him
could
out of here. Get
Quincy
him
Jones
out of
could
here.
play. Here's the difference in the same scenario you're saying. Quincy
Mm.
Jones could play, literally play what he was thinking.
Mm?
Then he had to get somebody to play what he was thinking. Now that doesn't mean they're not. I this is a misnomer because I do believe that Quincy Jones is way more talented than Diddy. I wouldn't argue that,
That's
but
true.
in the scenario I'm painting, that
Mhm.
doesn't make any one of them more talented than the other. It makes one of them more skilled than the other, but not necessarily more talented. Let me give you another. Let me take it out of context, and we're
Okay.
kind of going off the
No,
the
it's all right.
whole.
It's all right. It's part of the show, man.
It's a comparison of Michael Jordan to LeBron James for me. Michael
Mhm.
Jordan was more talented, arguably, than LeBron James, but LeBron is arguably more skilled than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is overall better because Michael Jordan took his talents and fine-tuned them with skill. So Michael Jordan's footwork and his actually,
I see
you
where
know
you.
what?
I see
I'm
where
actually
you're going.
I'm talking myself out. I should change. I'm going to change that. Michael Jordan was more. See, it's
No,
arguable. It's
no. See,
arguable either
I was
way.
gonna say
It's
no.
arguable either way because I could say that Michael
It's
Jordan,
hard to say with sports, though. That's the thing. Hard
yes,
to say.
but at the same time, this is why I say that because I think um, both LeBron and Michael were born with gifts, like which
Yes.
is what I would say is a talent. LeBron was born with a speed of a gazelle at 6'8" and 2 something
Yes.
pounds. Michael Jordan was fast as a cat, reflexes, blah blah
Mhm.
blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But what Michael Jordan Michael Jordan was also born with possibly, and this is also arguable. Where did he get that drive from? Was that innate, or did he learn that? Because LeBron doesn't necessarily have that
That's
drive.
innate. That's him. That's
I,
him.
I
That's
would say it's innate
yeah.
too. I
Yeah.
would say so too. Similar to Kobe, it's innate.
Kobe. Yeah. I'll say yeah. There's certain people that just you have that.
Yeah,
You
that
have
extra
that.
kick.
Yeah. In
Now,
the third eye, as they call it.
yeah. Now,
Mhm.
LeBron, compared to everybody else in the world, is closer
Yeah.
to Michael Jordan than everybody else is close to him
True.
in terms of
True.
drive,
True.
right?
True.
So I say that to say that it's arguable that Michael was overall better. Michael is the Quincy Jones in this situation, whereas
Okay.
Diddy is the LeBron in this situation because LeBron needed other people to get him to the championship.
Yes.
Jordan didn't. Jordan, arguably, because of course
Mhm.
you still need
Yeah.
teammates.
Of course. But I know what you're saying.
He had less dependence on his teammates than LeBron did.
Okay. Okay.
But they're both in the NBA and they're both considered arguably the
Great.
greatest of all time. So
Okay.
I won't take away from Diddy's contribution to music in that regard. Again, I wouldn't consider him a top 10 producer because he didn't produce himself,
Mm.
but he still contributed some of the best music, even if it's press mute right there. Now it's done. Like sometimes that makes the track.
Damn.
Yeah, now it's done. But anyway, I
Oh,
digress.
yeah.
Back to
No.
the actual movie. One thing that to answer my original question that kind of shocked me was
Mhm.
the Diddy making Biggie estate pay for Biggie's funeral.
Bro,
That was some slime ball move.
listen, but I believe the power got to him and made him just this pinky in the brain type of guy. That was just, yo, you can't touch me, bro. I'm gonna run it. Like he was charging people to freaking record in the studio. So everything you were always paying him.
Yeah.
You would never make $1.
And that's the game too. That's the game.
That's the game. But I'm saying he took it to a level where no one was getting money.
Yeah.
Craig Mack said he was borrowing money from his family. Bro, I'm not correct. Yeah. Craig Mack was doing it.
On the state radio. There's not an artist that wasn't on Bad Boy that didn't complain about the way they were treated. Not one.
Well, you saw it. I mean, the Locks was the most vocal about it. Little Kim too, right?
Not
Total too. Every one of them. They're like, yo, I'm like, so what was the disconnect for him to be that way? Because again, all this, and I would say the most shocking part for me was the whole connection with Pac. Like, yo, it almost makes you the way he was answering questions. Like he's like, I don't want to be asked these questions because I know it was a part of it. True say, I think he was. Jealousy was huge, bro. Him and Biggie and Pac were tight.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That one is a
It
that one
makes
I
you
don't know.
think, bro.
It
It has
definitely,
to make you think.
definitely. That's one thing the whole documentary made me do is think. And don't get me wrong. I believe a lot of that stuff to be true.
Yes.
It reminded me of the R. Kelly, Surviving R. Kelly
Yes.
doc back in the day.
Even even the Neverland thing with Michael, same thing.
Yeah, some very similar things.
Same thing.
People around him letting him do what he wants because
Yeah.
he has
Yeah.
the money and
Yeah.
they want the fame or they want
Mhm.
the money. A lot of enablers are
Yeah.
involved there for
Yeah.
sure. Um, I do also see the side of where they were trying to make him look worse, which is they have to do
That
that
was
for
that was
entertainment.
that was Fiddy.
Yeah,
That's Fiddy's.
and it's the
Yeah.
entertainment thing. They have to
Yeah.
make him look worse to make it
Yeah.
more
Of course.
salacious and
But
controversial. But I still
when you
believe
have footage, when you have footage,
when
when you have footage,
and you have
you
people
are.
who are gonna talk the
Yeah.
story, then
I'm sorry, man. That when I first saw the footage of him before this documentary, I'm like, yo, this guy's really that guy. This guy was dragging her and kicking. I'm like, yo,
crazy.
on like
How do you do
and
it?
whether you're on, you knew the camera was there or not, bro. You're in the public. If and you're in a hotel.
Somebody
What
could
if
have
someone
walked out
saw
and
you?
yeah,
Yeah, man.
we could pay them
Aren't
off,
you
right?
aren't you P Diddy? Yo, come here.
Yeah,
Shut up. Here. Have
here's
some
a
baby
check.
oil. Come here. Let's go.
And that's a thing. This is what these guys have in common. Diddy, R. Kelly, even the current yellow president, Orange Man himself,
Mm,
the
orange junker.
megalomania, the
Mm,
megalomaniac, or the narcissism,
power hungry.
the thing that makes them get to that level of power is the thing that destroys them or destroys the people around them because then they start to believe their own
Yeah.
hype, right?
Kanye's the same way.
Kanye,
Yeah.
any of these guys, and again, don't get me wrong, I do think sometimes there is the media chooses who to target and who take down. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I do think Diddy is going through this, or they're allowing it to happen partially because of his whole liquor deal that he had that he went
Ciroc?
against. Yeah, because he went against Ciroc. I do believe they were like, oh, okay, all right. Well, you forget we know your secrets.
Mm,
Well, now we're gonna take you down with your own secrets. We were letting you do that stuff before. It was cool when
mm,
you were under our pocket, but now that you
You're
jumped
making
out
us
of our
money.
pocket,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
we got to teach you a lesson. Bill Cosby,
Right.
same thing. Oh,
Yep.
you're gonna buy a network? Nah, you're not buying no network around
Yep.
here, buddy.
Yep. No, you're right. You're right.
Remember,
Again,
we
when you
remember when you used to pill up the galley.
when you're too big for your bitches, bro, they're just like, yo, snip, snip. We'll bring you back down to size, bro.
Box you
Just
back
chill
into
out.
place, fam. What are you talking about? No, and it
So
doesn't
true.
excuse their actions at all. But two things
No,
can be true.
but it kind of checks them. Yo, you put them in check. Just like what Charlie Murphy said. Yo, Prince was out of luck. My brother was on. I gotta check him. I have to make sure I check him. And that's what he did. You checked him. Right? Bill Cosby went to jail, bro.
At what was he, 70s?
Yeah. I'm like,
Something
what's your
years old?
point in putting a 70-year-old man in jail? But
Not
again,
that the things he didn't do was
yeah,
crazy.
I was gonna say, not that he didn't deserve it, but it took you that long to do something about it. You knew you had all this information from time.
Yeah.
I'm not
Even
talking about. I'm not even talking about the women who were confessing whatnot, but people knew.
no,
His
people knew.
circle
Exactly.
knew.
That's the point. That
Yeah,
people
as in like Richard
knew.
Pryor and them,
Yeah,
they knew
they knew. They could have took him out a long time.
a
They could have
long
took him out
time,
at
but
any
because
moment
it
that
was
they want.
Bill,
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
that
the
part.
the
That
the
part.
the Bill Huxtable weird doctor sweater wearing guy.
Making them millions of dollars.
Exactly. That's like
Putting
saying,
pops in
yo,
Coca-Cola.
that's like saying you saw the person who played Big Bird have his helmet off, smoking crack, and like, yo, we can't have this, bro. Yo, you're Big Bird. You put that set up. You shut up and go do the job,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're breaking the mold of what everybody's used to, what people love about you. They
Yeah.
don't want to break that because that's their meal ticket,
Yeah.
right?
And the moment
That's
that Big Bird starts pissing me off, it's okay.
that's it.
Hey,
Yo, they
you
did
heard
it.
that
They
Big
did
Bird
that.
had crack? That's
Yo,
what
didn't you? Listen, did you watch the? Oh, this is going off like crazy. You remember Elmo?
yeah, I
Remember
kind
the
of
black
remember
man who
this.
played Elmo?
Yeah, there was a scandal with him, wasn't there?
Scandal with him too. So the minute
Mhm.
that he went off, all right, here we go.
Right,
And then they
but
did the documentary on him. Same thing. I watched that one too.
I never watched that one. I should
Oh
watch.
man,
I watched that
it's
one.
this is
What's
this
it
is
called? Moist Muppets. Sorry,
it's
sorry.
a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's what it's wow. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if they want to take you down and you piss them off to a point that they can take you down, they'll take you down. And
Especially at those levels of
we
stardom.
can talk about Epstein and all them. Like, yo, when you get too big for your bitches, they'll take you out. Because I'll tell you right now, we might be off topic, but yo, I work in a prison, and you know what? The way
They
they
take
say
you
this
out.
man freak it, I'm just gonna.
They take you out.
I'm just.
But yeah,
Anyways.
overall, a pretty good documentary. I think everybody should watch it.
I would definitely recommend
Mhm.
watching that, and
Yeah.
I want everybody who does watch it comment. Give us a comment. Tell me,
Yeah.
tell us what you thought about it, and tell me something that you thought stood out for you. All right, let us know, because we want to know. Because again, we have our point of view. You've heard us. I want to hear you guys, because we get a lot of good comments. We might have a full comment show about all the things, because again, a lot of people talk some great stuff. I sit there, I'm reading all these comments. I even went back to like 7-8 months ago, and I'm like, yo, these guys have some great comments.
Nice.
Now I'm taking the time to read them and commenting and understanding where you're coming from, because
Yeah.
again, there's a whole there's myself and Slang here, but there's also other points of view, other angles,
Yeah.
other ways to see things. So we're more than welcome and very, very open to hearing your side of things, because we just talked about a bunch of things, from ICE to the women's singleness, and now the Diddy documentary. Some people might even think, hey man, Diddy was being framed. Tell us.
Tell us.
Let us know.
Tell us.
Let us know.
And also,
All
if
right.
you have any suggestions of things for us to watch or talk about, put that also in the comments, and
Yes.
we'll try to
yes.
we'll try to tackle them for sure.
Yes. If there's something you want us to watch and you think it would be a good topic, we will take the time to watch it if we can watch it. All right.
Before we
If
get
it's
out of here,
available.
what do you anything you suggest for people to check out? And be
Actually,
seen and more seen?
the serial killer there, Eileen Warnes.
Excuse me.
That's the one who was the gay prostitute who was killing the men on the right side of the road. She did a almost like last minute documentary of her, like an interview thing, and they brought up a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, man, yeah,
What's
it's
that? You
on
know
Netflix.
what that's called?
I gotta see what exactly it's called, but I will pull it up real quick. What about yourself before we head off?
I just started this limited series on Netflix called His and Hers. So far, so good.
Yes.
Very pretty interesting so far. I mean, so far it's a little typical, but like they try to throw you off in the beginning and blah blah blah. But I'm only like 4 episodes in now. What else have I
Oh
been
yes,
checking
yes.
out?
So the documentary is Eileen, Queen of the Serial Killers.
Okay.
Again, I've watched it. She was the same one that Charlize Theron did the movie Monster for.
Okay.
Yes, and
Oh,
I
okay,
love that.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a last minute thing of, oh man, it
Yeah.
blows your mind of what you hear from people.
Okay. Yeah,
And I'm like, that's
I check it out. I check it out.
definitely. I'm trying to stay away from all these crime shows and
Which is
documentaries,
difficult. Did you watch what is that one? It's on Netflix too.
there's a lot of them.
A Good Neighbor? Or is it A Good Neighbor?
Oh, is that with the older white woman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
right
you
away.
watched that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right away. Yeah, we
That's a good
I'm
one.
sorry.
We'll come back to that. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
leave that table that.
Some of these documentaries, you just
Get
I'm
you.
like, all I'm gonna say is only in America.
Only in America.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
But
Hey
yeah,
man, we did it.
another one in the books.
Another one in the books. And again, we're going to try to keep it as consistent as possible. You'll see this as soon as we possibly can. Hopefully be out the next day. Again, shorts will be out there. Comment on the shorts, share the shorts, It's going to be on Instagram. It's going to be on TikTok. It will be on our YouTube page. So again, just share it out for everybody. We're having a great time doing this. We're getting a lot of love too. So again, shout out to everybody who's popping in and giving us their 2 cents, even 5 cents. I don't mind. Give us $1. We're trying to make this big. We're trying to be a voice to the peoples and keep on entertaining people and keep on educating people. So again, with that being said, I know Slang's got to do his thing. I got to go hit this hay because it's work tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So again, peace and love from Darkest with Virginia Hugh, my boy Slang. Take us out. We out.
Peace.